Hello there, I'm Jo Lacey, Parish Nurse and Parish Nursing Service Lead across our North Blackwater parishes of Tolleshunt Major, Tolleshunt D'Arcy, Salcott-cum-Virley and Tollesbury. I'm just going to start by just sharing, just for 10 minutes, a little about parish nursing. I felt it was pertinent to do so again now, 2 years on from when I was first appointed to post working within our North Blackwater parishes, part of our Blackwater Benefice. So yes, I began in late 2019. So I've been working in my role 2 days a week now for just over 2 years. So just a little bit of background then. Parish nursing began in the mid-1980s in Chicago, led by a Dr. Granger Westberg. You may well have heard of the Westberg Institute. And there's now over 15,000 parish nurses working across the globe, many in the USA, and also many throughout Africa and many other countries. And you may also be interested to know that that our national charity, Parish Nursing Ministries UK, is also affiliated with the Ukraine. So we do have parish nurses working in the Ukraine. So so a lot of feeling, emotion and prayer attached to the Ukraine and the innocence of Russia at this time. And in the UK, parish nursing began almost 20 years ago by a wonderful lady, Dr. Helen Wordsworth, who, like me, started off undertaking her health visiting degree and worked as a specialist community public health nurse, working in the community with families and children, and obviously very involved with keeping children safe and safeguarding and keeping families healthy. Back to parish nursing then, there's approximately about 250 parish nurses working in the UK, including in Northern Ireland and in Scotland. And in Essex area and the surrounding vicinity, including sort of areas in Essex such as Harwich, Clacton and Walton, altogether, and obviously with us in North Blackwater parishes and also in Witham. There's about 20 or so parish nurses working, and many of us work as volunteers. We also work in the NHS as well in most cases, but many of us working volunteers, and some are appointed into paid post. We work through the church of many different denominations, and we offer support to those of all faiths and none, and that is really fundamental. We support people equally, those in greatest need of all faiths and none. And the core focus of parish nursing is looking at the concept of whole person healthcare. In other words, holistic healthcare. And by holistic, we mean focusing on the mind, the body and the spirit. And with a general feeling and understanding that good health is more than just going to see the GP and popping to hospital and having an operation. And while that's really, really important, good health overall is very much focused on the mind, body and the spirit, and all are interwoven and all work closely together. And in relation to parish nursing, we aim to improve the lives of people through whole person centred healthcare. And we don't come with an evangelical agenda by any means, but we work towards offering, probably the best way to describe it is God's love in action. And parish nursing is really rooted in the biblical concept of shalom. And we believe that these areas of well-being are integrated and, as I say, mind, body and spirit impact on each other, including very much the spiritual aspect of health. So what are we doing locally then in our North Blackwater parishes? Just to share with you, to date, since I came into post, I work very closely now alongside 3 parish nursing assistants. We have Linda and Philippa, who work very closely with me. And And these are three wonderful people who don't work as qualified nurses. They're not qualified nurses, but they have a wealth of experience of their communities and a very strong faith. And their work and support is invaluable. And we offer a friendship cafe once a month, which is afforded to people living and working across any of our 4 parishes. And particularly, we focus on prioritising those who may have dementia, memory loss, and those who perhaps are experiencing significant isolation and just want to sort of get out and meet people, and feeling particularly lonely and finding life particularly difficult. And we have wonderful, joyful activities to share, and we have afforded the opportunity and confidence to get to know each other and share a cup of tea and coffee, and of course eating cake and singing together, and just sharing some happy times and memories. Within Parish Nursing Ministry, I also offer a monthly health and wellbeing clinic, which includes affording support for people, a listening ear, and possibly a referral to the statutory services, who, as parish nurses, we work very closely alongside, and members of the voluntary sector. And I also am able to offer blood pressure checks, support with healthy eating and weight management, and, as I say, any referrals onwards, any sort of advice in relation to health and well-being. And I also offer social distance walks for people, and all these are afforded by appointment, obviously because to reduce the risk of any problems arising in relation to infection control, and for safety, and ensure that people receive the time they need. Also within my role, probably more recently over the last year, I've been offering morning prayer services on YouTube, which in most cases have a health theme, but are very focused on sort of Bible readings and obviously exploring the Bible and prayer together. So yes, I offer a morning prayer, and now more recently an evening prayer service as well, once a month. And that's on the Blackwater Benefice website, or shall I say YouTube site. So do feel able to join me and other members of the ministry team who also offer some wonderful morning prayer services for us to share together. So our website, our parish nursing website, is nurse at blackwaterparishnursing.org.uk. That's my email address. And the website itself is blackwaterparishnursing.org.uk. So to repeat that, my email address is nurse@blackwaterparishnursing.org.uk, and our website is blackwaterparishnursing.org.uk. So why Christians then? Why do we need to be Christians to work as parish nurses when we're offering support to those of all faiths and none? Well, really because within the Christian gospel, 20% of the Christian gospel, the New Testament, is devoted to Jesus's healings, and obviously ensuing debate around them. And Jesus viewed individuals as an essential unity, and in his healing he focused on relations between the person and God, and the person and their neighbours, and the person and the world. And this sense of wholeness and healing was and still is an important and integral part of the work of the church and the work of parish nursing ministry. And very much sort of focusing, as I say, on the spiritual aspect as part of health. Spirituality very much holds meaning and purpose in the things we value. And spirituality is very much being in the present moment, the search for inner freedom, well-being and peace of mind. Spirituality is an experience of living, of flourishing and finding hope amidst pain and difficulties. and holding loving relationships with oneself and with others, and in something beyond, depending what we believe really. And this very much gives us a sense of belonging. So that's really just an overall definition that that I feel is very pertinent to parish nursing ministry. So in summary then, parish nurses are for everyone. And parish nurses support the church, congregation and the local community. As parish nurses, we can help prevent hospital admissions by identifying and supporting people who are at risk of admission or have early signs of disease, like dementia, for example. Parish nurses can support people who are struggling with their mental health on their recovery journey. And we train and coordinate volunteers to provide extra support during times of crisis, obviously alongside the parish nurse, or combating loneliness. And I think we've all had our moments, particularly over lockdown, when we felt lonely at times and needed that extra support and a listening ear. And we encourage exercise and healthy nutrition so that preventable diseases are less likely to happen, less likely to ensue. And as parish nurses, we help people of all ages to understand the risks of unhealthy behaviours, such as drinking too much or not getting enough sleep, and and obviously many other unhealthy behaviours, which obviously I won't go into during this short presentation. And we organise events where other healthcare professionals are invited to speak on specific health issues and health fairs and courses on stress management. And very importantly, we offer prayer to those who would like to be afforded prayer. And from my experience, very few have declined, but everybody has every right to do so. And we work very closely to help people to reduce their loneliness and isolation. Thank you very much for listening to my little overview about parish nursing ministry. Please do feel able to get in touch. And if you would like me to afford a short presentation within any of your groups that you may be involved in, your voluntary or statutory agencies, or just sort of individual small groups, I'd be delighted to do so. Thank you for listening.